Yeah, now it looks like
We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are now back. This is WCBN Live at Yost Ice Arena. Boston Terriers taking on Michigan Wolverines. Danny Ryan, Willie the Wedge Benjamin. Once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. 1-0 Wolverines right now over the Terriers. Wolverines on the penalty kill right now, but are pressing hard. Back now the other way comes the Terriers. That's Hickey trying to get it down low, get anything started for the Terriers. Almost an offsides call. There it is. Kiefer Bellows one stride ahead. Willie, summarize for the viewers how this first period has been going so far since we are taking a little break due to a technical difficulty.
Michigan came out and continued their physical play from last night. They forced a turnover early in the period, ended up getting a nice goal on a backdoor play. It's been pretty back and forth from there. Some big saves by both goaltenders. Michigan almost just put one in on the penalty kill. Face off right outside the zone, BU power play.
Brendan Warren on the draw for the Wolverines. He's going to lose it back. I apologize for the penalty kill. It's actually offsetting penalties coming to James Sanchez and number 21, Patrick Harper for the Terriers. So it's 4-on-4 hockey here at Yost Ice Arena. Face-off coming on the left out right by the Michigan bench. Tony Calderon now steps in for Brendan Warren. Calderon loses it. It's going to go back to Charlie McAvoy, who gets it to Curry as the Terriers gain the Wolverine zone. Puck gets deflected back out. McAvoy collects it by his own bench. Gets it back up to Curry, who's going to fire it back to Chad Chris. Back to McAvoy. He's going to skate up the left wing side and gain the zone for the Terriers. McAvoy trying to get a shot off. Poke check there by Joseph Ciccone. Gives it to Brendan Warren. Going back the other way. Chad Chris had a step on him, though, and was able to beat him to the loose puck. Puck finds its way back to Warren in front of the Terrier net. Bouncing puck somehow finds its way to Ottinger, is able to cover it up.
Once again, almost shot that one in on his own guy, trying to deal with the bouncing puck, kicks it back at the goalie. Ottinger stands tall and makes the save. Wolverines are doing a great job of controlling the puck and throwing it down into the zone. BU's defensemen really look overwhelmed here in their defensive zone with this forecheck.
And this bouncing puck, once again, no defenseman for BU able to control it, making it hard for me to announce as well. Face off now, left wing side, right side Ottinger. Jake Slaker on the draw against Jakob Forsbacka Carlson. Slaker loses it, goes behind the net, where Jordan Greenway is going to collect it and go up the left wing side, trying to get it down low for the Terriers. He's able to gain the zone for it. Fires a shot on LaFontaine. Easy pad save. Ciccone now taking it back the other way for the Wolverines. 40 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Puck now deflecting all the way to the corner where Jake Slaker's going to get it. Fire it out to Will Lockwood, who tries to get a shot up, was upended by Jordan Greenway. Jordan Greenway fires it now towards the Michigan bench, where Luke Martin's going to collect it and get it to Jake Slaker. Slaker now to Will Lockwood, skating over center ice, trying to get it down low and gain it for the Wolverines. Right wing side now, Lockwood skating around Ottinger, able to hold onto the puck. Now he loses it to Hickey. Jake Slaker trying to help him out and get the puck. Gets it back to Luke Martin at the point. Right side shot, deflected wide, gets its way to Will Lockwood though anyways. Lockwood now right wing side circling. Luke Martin at the point, shot, tipped just wide. Dante Fabro now trying to skate it up, loses the puck to Lockwood. Lockwood now trying to cut in front of the net, gets it, deflected all the way back to the point for Luke Martin. Luke Martin fires a shot just wide. Alex Kyle collects it. Even strength hockey now. Alex Kyle with the shot just wide. Fires it all the way down to Luke Martin. Martin now getting it to Kyle on the right wing side, throws it in the corner for Slaker to give chase. Slaker now working against Fabro. Slaker cycles it down low to Kyle. Kyle now up to the top of the circle, looking for an outlet pass to Luke Martin. Kyle decides to shoot himself high, but Max Short getting it, fires it out front. Puck bouncing around again, back to Short, who fires it, but great save by Ottinger. Puck now in the corner for the Wolverines. Max Short gets to the right D side to Luke Martin. Luke Martin fires it down low, where Alex Kyle's going to try and corral it behind Ottinger. Kyle working down low, tries to fire it out front to anyone. Puck deflects out to the center ice where Nicholas Boca corrals it and fires it down low. Boca now going to chase to try and get the puck behind Ottinger. Forsbacka Carlson and Winborg there too, the fellow countrymen. Puck bouncing to Short behind the net now, who gets it to Tony Calderon. Now to Winborg, who fires it on net to Ottinger. Save. 8-10 face-off coming on the left wing side for the Wolverines. Wolverines able to cycle it down low, a lot wedge.
Great cycling there by Michigan. Michigan is really holding the puck and just stating their dominance in this defensive zone of BU. Controlling the entire offensive zone, really able to cycle it down below the net. Active on the points, taking a lot of great shots. Andre had to come up with a few big saves right there.
BU known for their defense. All 6 of their defensemen tonight have been drafted 2 of them in the first round. But the Wolverines able to apply that pressure, the grit they've been showing, able to hit them down low, making sure they don't have a second to make that outlet pass. It's going to be one of the keys to the game for the Wolverines if they want to be successful and sweep the Terriers.
It's really been working so far this game. If you look at it, some of these plays where they are giving a lot of pressure, the BU defensemen have been turning it over. It's leading to scoring chances, and that's where the goal came from. Dante Fabro there a couple plays earlier lost the puck and gave Slaker and Lockwood a nice try at the net. If they keep this pressure up, they're forcing the DU defensemen to make mistakes, and that's going to end up with some good solid scoring chances.
The first line of Danks, Slaker, and Lockwood has been essential for the Wolverines, especially in their victory last night. They're showing all the physicality and tenacity they had last night to try and keep the Wolverines going. This Wolverines team been looking for an identity all year. You have to wonder if a sweep against the Terriers this weekend would be huge momentum for them going the rest of the way.
I really think it would, especially with a team like BU that's known for being one of the better teams in the country, all these draft picks, all these supposed future superstars.
Jake Slaker now on the draw against Forsbacka Carlson, and what do you know, we have another face-off violation. Dexter Danks now on the draw against Forsbacka Carlson. Danks loses it as McAvoy's going to collect it on the right wing side, trying to get it out. Ends up firing it out where it's going to go to the Michigan blue line, where Nicholas Boca's going to throw it to Will Lockwood. Lockwood now circles back in his own zone, trying to regroup for the Wolverines. Fires it around where Sam Piazza and Forsbacka Carlson are going to meet. Piazza upended, but Nicholas Boca is able to flip it out where Dexter Danks and Charlie McAvoy are going to fight. McAvoy fires it back up where Nicholas Boca, though, is going to gain it and gain the zone on the right wing side for the Wolverines. Fires out in front to Danks. Just missed the net wide, Dexter Danks. Great scoring opportunity for the Wolverines. Puck now coming back the other way. Ends up going out of play as Jordan Greenway flips it into the penalty box. Great play again for the Wolverines.
Coming hard on the rush, forcing a turnover in BU. Dexter Danks finds himself open to the slot, just throws it wide. Those are the types of plays that are going to keep the Wolverines up ahead in this game, and they get a couple goals here. They're playing great so far.
Nicholas Boca, known more as a defensive defenseman, see him joining up in the rush there. We'll see if he can keep going up there, setting up some offense behind the net for the Wolverines. Face off right wing side now, Brendan Warren on the draw for the Wolverines. Warren's going to lose the draw once again as McAvoy's going to corral and throw it around where Griffin Luce is going to pinch up and throw it towards the net area, but it's going to miss West wide. Brendan Warren now collecting on the right wing side. Loses the puck. Greenway is able to get it out to Griffin Luce at center ice. Luce now to Ciccone. Throws it in the feet of Greenway, who's going to throw it back into behind the net where LaFontaine will corral it and give it to Griffin Luce. Luce now skating the puck up the ice, trying to get it down low. Backhands it, flips it into the Michigan Terrier zone where it's going to end up hitting the netting. We'll have a face-off just outside.
Field goal attempt is good on that one. Up into the netting and out of the rink in total.
Vikings could have used them.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, too soon. 7:08 now in the first period. Michigan up 1-0 over the Terriers. Alex Winborg on the draw right outside the penalty box for the Wolverines. Winborg loses the draw to Bobo Carpenter, who gets it back to Doyle Summerby and John McLeod. McLeod trying to get up to Roberto, but he can't, and Griffin Luce flips it back into Terrier territory where Summerby collects it on the right wing corner. Summerby giving chase, gets it up to Kiefer Bellows. Can't control the puck. It's going to find its way back to Alex Kyle. Will try to cycle for the Wolverines. Loses the puck. McLeod now gets it. Fires up to Kiefer Bellows' left wing side. He's got a shot way too high and out. That Edina muscle being shown once again. Kiefer Bellows shoots it way too high over the net.
Yeah, very high shot. Hits the glass and goes out. If he had waited a few seconds, he had a forward coming down in the backside. He could have potentially hit with a pass. Uncovered by the Michigan defense and unseen. Michigan lucks out a bit there that he elected to shoot.
Kiefer Bellows showing every bit of his first-round potential. He's been on every big scoring chance for the Terriers, just hasn't been able to capitalize yet. Face-off right side of LaFontaine now. Curry and Warren will be on the draw. Referee will take some time to make sure everyone's in the right place. Warren now loses it to Curry. Back to Hickey with a blast. Blocked. It's going to go left wing side where James Sanchez is started up the other way. Gives it to Brendan Warren at center ice. Warren now to Calderon, right wing side. Gets it in the Terrier zone. Tries to throw it in front, but it's intercepted by Dante Fabro. Puck now finds its way out of the Michigan zone where James Sanchez will collect it in front of his own bench and wait for the Wolverines to regroup. Dangerous pass, but finds its way to Tony Calderon just outside the blue line. Gets it back to Luke Martin and now to Kyle on the left wing side. Fires it down low. Hickey now collecting it behind the Terrier net. James Sanchez giving chase to him. Deflects the puck back down low and gets it himself. Left corner now James Sanchez to Nolan DeYoung. Nolan DeYoung tries to fire in front to Brendan Warren. Second chance opportunity. Two great saves by Jake Ottinger. Right wing side now, Luke Martin throwing it around, looking to keep the Wolverine pressure going. Great pinch there. Keep the puck in. And now the puck's going to bounce all the way back. Bouncing puck once again is going to find its way all the way back behind LaFontaine, where Boca's going to have to corral it. Start it up the other way. Sent it to Stephen Merle's going to cross corner dump on the left side in Terrier territory. McAvoy and Passajoff in there. Passajoff isn't able to corral it, and he throws it back up. So the Terriers try and get it out. Puck now finds its way to Diffley. Diffley now all alone in the Michigan zone. Tries to backhand it, just wide. Shabbat now gets it back down low for the Terriers. Boca somehow gets the puck behind LaFontaine, trying to get it out. Loses it for a second, but Sam Piazza's there to help him out. Piazza in return loses it to Hickey. Bouncing puck once again in the Michigan zone. Right wing side now Shabbat. Upended by Cutler Martin, who gets it to Sam Piazza, who will just flip it down carelessly into the Terrier zone. No icing call. Charlie McAvoy has to collect it behind Ottinger. 4:54 in the first period. McAvoy now getting it back up to Forsbacka Carlson, who's going to get it down low as the first line of the Terriers tries to get something going. Griffin Luce collects it behind his own net, gets it up to Dexter Danks, left wing side. Now to Will Lockwood at center ice, trying to get it down low for the Wolverines. Lockwood now loses the puck on the zone entry to Hickey. Hickey now firing it back up, trying to find Jordan Greenway. Bouncing puck once again is going to find its way to Harper. Harper now gaining the Michigan zone, tries to fire one in front, misses just wide, and Slaker's going to get it and get out of the zone. Now Dexter Danks coming the other way, trying to get a step on Hickey. Great move by Danks. Shot saved by Ottinger. Great move by Dexter Danks, trying to make something happen. Harper now getting it up back up the other way in front of the Michigan bench. He's going to have muscled off the puck by Griffin Luce, who's going to fire cross-end to Joseph Saccone, who's going to dump it in on Ottinger. Glove save. Gives it to Dante Fabro behind the net so the Terriers can regain and change. Puck now tries to get out. It's going to find its way to Luke Martin, who fires it back down into the Terrier zone. Terriers now collecting in their zone. Almost a giveaway there to Max Short, but he can't get it. Now Nolan DeYoung will catch it in his own zone and fire it to Alex Kyle, who circles back. Alex Kyle now, left wing side, fires across ice to Winborg. Winborg now back to Max Short, who gains the Terrier zone. Short now with the puck down low in the right-hand corner. Gets it to Alex Kyle. Back to Short in the right-hand zone. Kyle now behind the net looking for anything to go. Gets to the point to DeYoung. Shoots from the point. Puck stopped right in front of Ottinger, and it's going to find its way to Kiefer Bellows, who's going to start rush the other way for the Terriers. Roberto gets the puck and dumps it in, electing for a change. 3:11 now in the first period. Wolverines with the puck in their own zone. Nolan DeYoung on the left wing side looking for an outlet pass. He finds one to Alex Kyle, who gains the Terrier zone. Right wing side. Shot Kyle! Blocker save Ottinger. Big hit there after by Charlie McAvoy after the shot. We're going to have a Wolverines power play coming up with 3 minutes left in the first period.
Not what the Terriers wanted right here. Michigan is buzzing all over him, getting great shots on net. Ottinger has stood strong this period. A couple of huge saves on some odd man rush. Right there, a big blocker save on a 2-on-1. Let's see how he handles this power play last night that put 2 on him pretty quick.
2 quick power plays. The first one in 6 seconds, the next one in 14 seconds. Wolverines will try and carry that momentum over today. 12 shots already in the first period for the Wolverines, only 5 for the Terriers. We'll have to see if the Wolverines can keep up this pace for the rest of the game. Remember last night, they had the shot count up in favor for them early and then lost it the rest of the game. BU able to amass 30 shots.
Yeah, they're really going to have to keep, after this first period, they really need to keep their foot on the pedal here, make sure that they keep going strong. That was their issue last night. This is a big power play, though, especially for Michigan. Charlie McAvoy in the box. BU's missing one of their top defenders here. This is a big opportunity for them.
Charlie McAvoy playing the most minutes last night for the Terriers. It's going to be hard to find an identity without him on the penalty kill. They elect to go with Doyle Summerby and John McLeod on defense. 3 minutes in the first face-off, right side of Ottinger. Jake Slaker on the draw against Forsbacka Carlson. Slaker gets tossed for Adam Winborg. Adam Winborg now on the draw. He's going to lose it back as Doyle Summerby is going to collect it behind his own net and be able to fire it all the way down the ice where Sam Piazza is going to recollect it in his own zone. Piazza now taking his time behind LaFontaine. Piazza starts the rush now, skating up the ice, up the middle. Going to elect to give it back to Alex Kyle. Gives it to Will Lockwood. Right wing side is going to gain the zone and get it down low for the Wolverines. Lockwood now tries to fire it around. He's going to find Sam Piazza on the opposite D point. Back down to Lockwood on the left wing side. Lockwood now dancing around, gets it to Piazza at the point, top of the key. To Kyle on the other side. Back to Piazza at the top of the key. To Kyle on the right wing side. Kyle now down low. Pass is going to come deflected back to Piazza on the deep point. Piazza shot deflected way up. Puck finally drops behind the net. It's Will Lockwood. Finds its way to Alex Kyle. Alex Kyle now to Sam Piazza at the top of the key. To Alex Kyle on the right D side. Shot! Oh, barely trickles by. Ottinger was able to get it out of the way, and puck finds its way back now to Kyle on the right wing side to Jake Slaker. Piazza now top of the key with the puck. Piazza now down to Will Lockwood to Slaker with the drive. Blocked shot by Doyle Summerby. Alex Kyle now to Sam Piazza at the top of the key. Piazza now walking. Gives it to Will Lockwood on the left wing side. Lockwood now circling up, able to make a move, trying to get a shot off, but it's deflected back to Jake Slaker. Slaker with the shot off angle. Going to miss the net, and it's going to go to Alex Kyle on the right D side. Kyle now to Sam Piazza at the top of the key. Piazza to Kyle with the shot, blocked by Doyle Summerby again. Summerby now fighting for the puck in the corner with two Wolverines. 28 seconds left on the power play for Michigan. Puck still fighting the corner. Terriers able to kill some time. It's going to find its way to Forsbacka Carlson behind the net, who's going to take his time and ice it all the way down. 16 seconds left. LaFontaine corrals it behind his own net. He's going to leave it for Sam Piazza, who's going to wait for the rest of the Wolverines to regain. Leaves it to Luke Martin so he can get his own change. Luke Martin now up the other way. Terriers are able to kill off the penalty. 1 minute left in the period. James Sanchez now gains his own for the Wolverines. Dumps it down low in the left wing corner. Sanchez now back to Nolan DeYoung. DeYoung on the lefty side. Tries to throw it. It's deflected by Bobo Carpenter. Carpenter now finds its way to Kiefer Bellows. And now to Roberto. Roberto now to Kiefer Bellows. Able to gain the Michigan zone. Throws it down low. Roberto's going to get it behind the net. Luke Martin on him. Roberto shifting around behind the Michigan net. Gets it to Bobo Carpenter. Up top to Dante Fabro. To Hickey at the point with the blast. Tipped. Save LaFontaine. Puck's bouncing around. Bellows able to get it. And back to Hickey at the point. Hickey to Dante Fabro with a shot. Deflected wide. Bobo Carpenter now gets it in the right wing corner for the Terriers. To Hickey on the left D side. To Fabro across ice. Loses the puck. James Sanchez now to Tony Calderon. Back the other way Wolverines. Calderon with a shot. Over. Dante Fabro now corrals it for the Terriers and cycles it down low to Hickey. 8 seconds left in the period. Hickey now throws it out of the zone where it's going to go to Luke Martin. Cutler Martin, deflects it. Shoots way too high. Another field goal is good. 0.8 seconds left. Can't expect much to happen right now. 14 shots for the Wolverines, 6 for the Terriers. Wolverines penalty kill, able to get it done.
Yeah, big. Lots of shooting for the Wolverines, lots of offensive from them. That's been great to see. Doyle Summerby, though, 4 blocked shots on that penalty kill? Big penalty kill for him, especially with McAvoy on the bench. Captain stepped up and got the job done there.
Face off now, Stephen Merle, right wing side, 0.8 seconds left. Nothing going there. Period's going to come to an end. Wolverines take a 1-0 lead to the locker room. Willie Wedge, what have you been seeing from the Wolverines so far that you think they've been doing that works and what they need to keep doing in order to keep this lead against a feisty Terrier team?
They need to keep playing off the rush strong, and when they do establish themselves in the offensive zone, they need to make sure that they're cycling it effectively. When they've been doing that, they've been starting to get BU to run all over the place, open up passing lanes, which has allowed them to get some great shots off in the slot. Not every goalie can save those all game. Ottinger's done a great job so far, but Michigan's going to start scoring on those eventually if they keep that open.
It'll be interesting to see with second period action. We're going to take a quick intermission right now. This is WCBN Live at Yost Ice Arena. Danny Ryan, Willie Wedge Benjamin. We'll see you in the second period.
You want to manage your energy use this winter and lower your monthly bill, but at the same time, by chasing the ultimate Michigan fan experience. Stop by the DT Energy display from Count Person Rose to see a BUC one-of-a-kind Michigan hockey fathead, Nike Michigan team. You can also look for a chance to win the ultimate Michigan fan experience, including season tickets. DT Energy, know your hockey.
Fans, it's now time for Michigan Hockey Track Race. First contestant to race down the ice, weaving through the cones and back, winning Michigan Hockey prize. Contestants, are you ready? Any marks? Get set. Go. Congratulations to the fans seated in section 22. You've just won 3 hours further fun. Ladies and gentlemen, riding Person Flash Open Terrain is Ben. Riding Commission Example Kevin is Matt.
WCBN back live from Yost Ice Arena. Michigan taking on number 4 Boston University. Wolverines with a 1-0 lead heading into the second period. I'm Danny Ryan alongside Willie the Wedge Benjamin. Wedge, what can you tell me about the first period that the Wolverines need to keep doing?
Wolverines really need to keep the offensive pressure up. They've done a fantastic job so far, making sure that BU isn't keeping the puck in their own zone very often. Making the defensive players make plays, and eventually these BU defensemen have been making mistakes the Wolverines have been able to capitalize on.
A defensive core that is not known for making mistakes. The Wolverines have been able to best the Terriers defense, even with their young forward group. Many different chances for the Wolverines. Ottinger has looked phenomenal in that so far, I believe, for the Terriers.
Ottinger has looked great. LaFontaine's looked great for the little he's had. Not a lot of challenging shots coming in on him. He had one great save on a tip by Kiefer Bellows earlier, but Ottinger so far has been standing on his head in terms of stopping shots from the slot, stopping shots on screens, keeping everything out of the net.
14 shots for the Wolverine, only 6 for the Terriers in the first period. Last night, Wolverines once again jumped out to an early shot lead with 10 shots for the Terriers 5. Boston University next period was able to take it to the Wolverines. Let's see if we get a different result here tonight. Moments away from puck drop, it's going to be Jake Slaker against Forsbacka Carlson at center ice. Slaker able to win the draw back to Sam Piazza. Piazza now collecting his own zone. Tries to throw it to Dexter Danks, but Charlie McAvoy's going to intercept it. Gain the Wolverine zone on the right wing side. Up the middle to Harper. Tries to find its way to Kiefer Bellows, but he can't get a stick on it. Forsbacka Carlson now left wing side, cycling for the Terriers. Gets it to Chad Chris. Chad Chris now left east side to Harper at the top of the key. Is going to shoot it way wide. Sam Piazza now trying to collect and get it out, but Harper's going to block it. Sends it back down. The Wolverines are going to recollect it and get it to Will Lockwood, who's unable to handle the puck, and it's going to find its way to Charlie McAvoy on the right wing side. Tries to get it into the Wolverine zone, loses it. Will Lockwood's going back the other way in front of the Terriers bench. Lockwood taking a few hits from some Terriers on the left wing side. Wolverines gets it to Dexter Dank on the left wing side. Pass up to Alex Kyle, who gains the Terrier zone. Kyle now working on Dante Fabro, going all the way around, circling around the net. Still going, pass it to Griffin Luce on the left wing side. Shot blocked by Roberto. Charlie McAvoy now gets it up to Roberto on the left wing side, trying to get it out for the Terriers. Fabro now throws in front of the Michigan bench, where Tommy Kelly's going to get it, but Joseph Zacconi's there to block it and send it back up the other way for the Wolverines. Interception there by Hickey, who's trying to get it for the Terriers. Throws it back down into Michigan zone, where Griffin Luce collects it behind LaFontaine. Now to Joseph Zacconi on the right wing side, who's going to flip it to center ice, where Dante Fabro's going to get it and throw it to Thomas Hickey again. Hickey now cross ice to Roberto, gains the Michigan zone, tries to get a shot off, blocked by Griffin Luce. Bobo Carpenter now trying to collect it in the Michigan corner. Now going to lose it to Alex Kyle, but steal it back as Carpenter's shot just wide. Dangerous turnover there for the Wolverines. Dante Fabro now on the right D side, gets it to the top to Thomas Hickey. Hickey now firing it down low. Brandon Hickey, sorry. Thinking of Thomas Hickey, the Islanders defenseman.
BU there taking it to the Wolverines a little bit at the start of this period. Had a couple reasonable plays towards the net, but the Wolverines have been a good job defensively, making sure they're not getting any great shots.
That first line for the Terriers coming out strong every shift. They'll do it once again. Faceoff's now going to come on the left wing side, right-hand side Levine. We're going to have Patrick Curry on the draw against Brendan Warren. 2 number 11. No one's jumping in early again this time. Brendan Warren gets tossed for going too early.
Like around 20 times
20th
last 2
time.
games.
James Sanchez now on the draw for the Wolverines. Big tie up there right on the dot. It's going to find its way to John McLeod on the defensive point. Throws it in down low, where Curry's going to collect it and lose it to Brendan Warren. Warren now collecting it on the side, trying to get it up to James Sanchez, who's going to gain the Terrier zone on the left wing side. Sanchez gets it down low, and the Wolverines will give chase. John McLeod now behind the net, fighting with Tony Calderon and Warren. Warren loses it to Curry, who's going to fire it to Shabbat, coming back up the other way for the Terriers. Shabbat gets it down low. Puck's going to bounce into the right wing corner of the Wolverines. Luke Martin now getting the puck. Fires it all the way to Nolan DeYoung. DeYoung now cross ice, going to find to Brendan Warren, who's going to get down low for a Wolverines change. Ottinger now with the puck behind his own net, gives it to Doyle Somerby. Somerby throws across to Shabbat. Curry now gaining the right wing side with a shot. Easy save for LaFontaine. Deflects in the opposite corner, where Nicholas Boca is going to fight with Greenway in the corner. Puck now bouncing around, going to find its way to Chris at the top of the key. Chris now left wing side to force back at Carlson in front to Harper. Harper just missed wide. Good stick by Sam Piazza. McAvoy now right D side with the puck. Leaves it for Harper. Harper now fires it cross corner dump so Jordan Greenway can give chase. Greenway now working behind the net. Big hit by Nicholas Boak on the big body of Greenway. Puck now finds its way to Charlie McAvoy. Gets over to check his lefty side. Shot. Deflection wide. Harper now collecting it behind LaFontaine. Boca is able to steal the puck away and tries to give it up to Will Lockwood. But Charlie McAvoy is able to pinch in and keep the puck in for the Terriers. Right corner side now. A few Wolverines and a few Terriers working. Penalty upcoming to the Wolverines. Force back at Carlson. Gets it to check. Chris at the top of the slot. Pass tries to find Harper. He couldn't get a stick on it. Will Lockwood now gets it in his feet. Penalty kill coming up for the Wolverines. Terriers with plenty of momentum right now.
Michigan got lucky there that Harper couldn't end up getting that one on a stick. He was wide open back door. That's a hard shot to miss if he actually gets it on him. Lost it in his feet though.
Beautiful tape-to-tape passing early on for the Wolverines.
Big penalty kill coming up. I think Piazza?
Sam Piazza coming off the ice right now for an interference call. Face-off now on the left-hand side of Levine. Wolverines see if they can kill off another penalty kill.
LaFontaine appears to have some issues with his pads currently. Got a few linesmen over there feeling up the bottom of his foot.
An old goalie trick, stall, so the guys on the ice can get a little more time. I know you do that in beer league a few times.
Stall. Penalty killers that are well rested are the best penalty killers.
Jack LaFontaine learned that trick from the Edina School of Hockey. Bobo Carpenter is going to be on the draw for the Terriers. It looks like Winborg will be on the draw for the Wolverines, but with these linesmen, you just never know. He might be kicked out any second now.
We should start keeping stats on that.
Maybe the record for most kicks out on a faceoff ever. Winborg and Carpenter now on the draw, left-hand side of Levine. Winborg able to win it back. Joseph Zacconi trying to get it up and ices the puck all the way down as Max Short is going to go down to Ottinger, collects it behind his own net. Chad Chris now trying to start the rush back up for the Terriers. Chris now skating up the ice up the middle. Gets it. Tries to get it to Hickey, who has it stolen away from Joseph Zacconi. Gets it down low to Griffin Luce. Gets it to Max Short, who is able to ice the puck again. All the way back down to Ottinger. 15:53 left in the second period. Chad Chris with the puck behind his own cage. Chris now to Carpenter. On the right wing side, loses it to Jake Slaker. Slaker now with a nifty little move, trying to get it over to Cutler Martin, but it's going to have it deflected away. Puck now coming back down to Griffin Luce, who's able to ice it all the way back down to Ottinger. Jake Slaker giving chase. Hickey now with the puck, trying to control it. Slaker goes in for the change. He's got no pressure on him now. Harper now starting the rush for the Terriers. Skating up the middle of the ice. Harper now gains the Michigan zone. Flips it back to Jordan Greenway. Greenway finds it to Dante Fabro, left east side. Dante Fabro now working with the puck. Gets it down low to towards back at Carlson. Luke Martin giving chase. Nolan DeYoung able to steal the puck, and he's going to ice it all the way back down the ice. 45 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Wolverines. Ottinger now leaving it for McAvoy. He's going to collect it by his own net. McAvoy skating with the puck up. Gives it over to Harper, left wing side in front of the benches, trying to carry it into the Wolverine zone. Gets it down low where Luke Martin's going to pass it to Nolan DeYoung. Trying to ice it all the way down the ice. Barely gets out of the zone. 24 seconds left for the Wolverines. McAvoy collects the puck. Trying to get to Greenway at center ice. Puck deflected to Luke Martin. Then deflected and returned to Harper. Harper gains the Wolverine zone. Plays around with it at the blue line to Dante Fabro, right wing side. Shot! Scores! Dante Fabro goes top cheese over the glove hand side of Jack LaFontaine. Power play goal for the Terriers, 1-1.
What a shot by Fabro. He got known for that in the BCHL last year.
Holy
Steps in and from
show.
the top of the circle, just throws it far down over LaFontaine.
An absolute no-doubter from Dante Fabros. We'll get a second look on it. The big body of Jordan Greenway in front of the net was able to block the eyes of Jack LaFontaine. Dante Fabro, though, with a great shot, ties it up. Face-off now goes to Sam Piazza, who's going to try and get it down low for the Wolverines. Going to get all the way down where Ottinger's going to collect it for Doyle Sommerby, collecting it behind his own net. Sommerby now skating back up the ice. Gets it up to Patrick Curry, who's going to try and gain the Michigan zone, but it's going to have deflected. Will Lockwood's going to gain in front of the Terrier bench. Hit hard by Roberto. Three Terriers, three Wolverines fighting for position on the boards, trying to get it. Puck comes back to Nicholas Boca. Cross ice to Sam Piazza, left wing side. Trying to get it down low, and he does. Puck goes behind Ottinger, where Doyle Sommerby will collect it again. Sommerby now throws it to his partner, John McLeod. John McLeod now, cross-ice pass, trying to find Tommy Kelly. Kelly elects to get it down low for a BU change. LaFontaine collects it behind his own net. Roberto decided not to go for a change and ends up stealing the puck from Nicholas Boca behind the net. More board play happening. Dexter Danks now right wing side, loses it to Kiefer Bellows. Shot into the legs of Sam Piazza. Piazza able to fight for the puck to get it out. Puck now in the front of the BU bench, where Bobo Carpenter is able to collect it and gain the Michigan zone with a shot from Carpenter. Don't know if that hit anybody, but goes all the way back around to Dante Fabro at the point. Fabro sends it back in down low. Puck bounces back up to Dexter Danks, who sends it out to center ice, where Brandon Hickey's going to collect it in his own zone. Cross ice to Fabro now, right-hand side. Skating it up, giving it a Shabbat, trying to gain the zone, deflects right to Piazza, who gets it to Boca. Piazza and Boca play catch in their own zone. Piazza now skating up the right wing side, gets it to Max Short, who flips it in behind Ottinger. Dump and chase for the Wolverines here. Brandon Hickey now at the puck, trying to deflect it out, but Joseph Ciccone with a great pinch. Tries to throw it to Max Short on the cross-ice side, but he's not able to get it. Gabriel Short now at the puck, flips it out to Forsbacka Carlson. Terriers coming back up the other way. Shabbat now gains the Wolverine zone, right-hand side. Looking for anybody. Great play by Griffin Luce. Puck deflected to Kiefer Bellows, who flips it over in the opposite corner. Puck now deflected out of the zone as Max Short going to throw it into the Michigan zone, but it's going to get hit back out by John McLeod. Griffin Luce now able to throw it in on Ottinger, who's going to play it to McAvoy on his right-hand side. Forsbacka Carlson now throws it in front of the Michigan bench. Jordan Greenway there able to corral it and throws it back in down low, where Joseph Ciccone gets it behind his own net. Ciccone now skating with the puck, gets it up to James Sanchez, who tips it in to the Terrier zone. Charlie McAvoy now giving chase. Getting it to Chad Chris on the left-hand side. Chris is met by Calderon, who fires it back around the net to Ottinger. McAvoy now collecting it and ices it all the way back down. No icing, though, as it's going to go on net for LaFontaine, who's going to cover it up for a face-off. 11:57 in the second period. Tie game, 1-1. Both teams not able to get anything going in the offensive zone right now, Wedge. Neither team, the puck's been bouncing, as we've been talking about earlier. Neither team's been able to get anything on their tape. Just a lot of dump and chase action in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, a lot of dump and chase. Sometimes there's been efficient cycling, but even these shots, a lot of them are getting blocked. Bringing up an interesting stat about Michigan, they're actually leading the country in shots blocked per game with around 19, which is a ridiculous amount of shots blocked today, but
amount of shots.
that'll get
Maybe
the job
explains
done.
why the goalies for Michigan have such a high save percentage. As we talked about earlier, BU came out with a much better second period last night. They're doing it again tonight. 4 shots right now to the Wolverines, 0 this period.
Yeah, BU's doing a great job defensively, keeping people out of the zone. They're not getting much in on Ottinger, and a big portion of that is because Michigan just hasn't had the puck in the offensive zone very often.
I don't know what is up with this Yost Ice Arena ice. It might be because too many hard-fought brood ball games earlier this week, making it a little bit harder to make tape-to-tape passes. Brendan Warren and Curry now on the draw, right-hand side Levine. Warren wins it back behind the Wolverines net, and they're going to fire back up out of the zone. But the Terriers in return fire back in, where Nolan DeYoung will have to get it and try and flip it up to Brendan Warren. Puck now bouncing and finds its way to Andre, gets it back. Puck bouncing around once again. Hard to announce this when it's just deflecting like this. Found its way to LaFontaine for an easy glove. Catch, not even a save.
Yeah, bounced up, hit someone's skate, popped up. LaFontaine catches it.
Puck now
Always with similar names. Both great goalies too. Both great freshmen coming in.
Two great freshman goalies. Not much more you can ask for. Face off now on the right-hand side, Levine. It's going to be Curry and Pastajov. What do you know? We have a face-off violation. Stephen Merle now going to take the draw for the Wolverines. Curry wins it back to John McLeod. John McLeod with a shot. Blocker saved by LaFontaine. Puck now behind the Michigan cage. Oh, good wraparound chance by Curry that just went wide. Curry now is going to try and collect the puck, but Pastajov's going to muscle him off and come back the other way for the Wolverines. Pastajov fighting all the way. Gains the Terrier zone, left wing side. Gets it to Stephen Merle behind the net. Merle now trying to get it to Cutler Martin. Loses it now as the Terriers come back the other way for Andren. Andren trying to get it down low, but Nolan Jung with a great stick deflects it. But a terrible pass to Bobo Carpenter at center ice. Gains his own shot. Pad saved by LaFontaine. Nolan DeYoung now gets it up to Pastajov, trying to get the puck out for the Wolverines. Pastajov able to get it at center ice, gets it to Sam Piazza, who gains the Terrier zone, tries to make a move, can't get it. Kiefer Bellows steals the puck, come back the other way for the Terriers. Gets it up to Nick Roberto on the right wing side. He's going to have it stolen by Chad Chris. Gets it back to Bobo Carpenter, right wing side. Shot pad save, Levine. Roberto with the rebound, misses just wide. Winborg now trying to get it out, and he does. Puck stolen now. It's Alex Kyle now coming in for the Wolverines. Kyle, great stick by Chad Chris to poke it away. The 2-on-1 opportunity for the Wolverines. Nicholas Bocanel in the slot with the backhand shot goes wide. Winborg now working down low in the corner with Max Short, Charlie McAvoy. 2 Warriors, 2 Terriers. 2 Wolverines, 2 Terriers. Roberto now coming back up the other way. Gives it to Kiefer Bellows with a blast on LaFontaine from center ice. Easy save for him as Alex Kyle's going to get in and clear it all the way down the ice. Short got a stick on it, so no icing. Ottinger now gets it to Brandon Hickey. Brandon Hickey now upended by Max Short. Gets it to Jordan Greenway on the left wing side, who's able to get it out of the zone. Hits a Michigan player on the bench. We'll have a face-off coming right outside the zone. Don't know where I got Warriors from, but that's a thing I said. 14-14 on shots now. The Terriers able to pull even. Michigan not able to get anything going. He thought Alex Kyle might have had a chance there on the 2-on-1, but the great stick of the Boston Terriers defense.
Unbelievable play by Chad Chris right there. But this period so far, Michigan is reeling. After a big 14-shot first period, they've gotten nothing on Ottinger. LaFontaine has stood real strong, though. He's had a couple big saves on big in-close opportunities.
As we saw with Hayden Levine last night, both freshman goaltenders for the Wolverines looking more than confident in that and up to the task. The only question is, can the Wolverines get some offense finally to match this great goaltending play they've had so far, and pretty sound defensive play as well, you mentioned with the block shots earlier.
Yeah, no, they've looked great. They've been a great solid defensive team so far. The key is, will they get the scoring back? Last year when they did so well, it was because of the scoring. This year they've definitely improved on defense, improved goaltending-wise, but they're just missing a little bit of that scoring that allow them to pull ahead and win these close games. Weird
to talk about a Michigan team that's having trouble scoring, but if they're ever going to do it, it's going to come with this line right here, the first line of Dank, Slaker, and Lockwood on the ice right now. Face-off, left-hand side of Ottinger in the Terrier zone. Slaker will be on the draw against Forsbacka Carlson. 9:58 left in the second period. Tie game, Terriers and Wolverines. Slaker now able to win it back to Lockwood. Lockwood with a shot blocked by Dante Fabro. Jake Slaker now trying to get the puck is upended by Forsbacka Carlson as they'll fight for it along the boards. Forsbacka Carlson wins it and circles behind his own net. Gets it to Dante Fabro on the right wing side. Trying to get it up to Harper to get it out of the zone. Isn't able to do it as Will Lockwood sends it back in. The Wolverines will give chase. Ottinger decides to play it over to Brandon Hickey. Brandon Hickey now gets it out to Forsbacka Carlson. Skates it to center ice. He's going to throw it into the BU bench. We'll have another stoppage of play. These stoppages of plays, it seems like we don't get them for 8 minutes, and then we get 3 in the span of 1 minute. Running out of stuff to talk about, I feel like.
It's how it works, yeah. Not much has happened since the last stoppage of play.
It's been about 20 seconds for you at home that have been paying
got
attention.
a shot. Other than that, we'll see if they can hold in this. Will this face-off be taken, or will Warren get kicked out?
Warren and Curry now on the draw right in front of the Michigan bench. Warren gets kicked out of the draw. James Sanchez now taking the draw for the Wolverines. He loses it and it goes back to Doyle Summerby in his own zone. Trying to find Gabriel Shabbat on the right wing side, who's going to get it down low behind LaFontaine, where Curry's going to give chase. Curry wins the puck battle over Griffin Luce. Curry now cycling, gets it down low. Terriers now walking in front of the net. Deflection. Puck now Shabbat trying to lay a big hit. Someone looks shaken up for the Wolverines. It looks like it's Griffin Luce. Unable to get up. Puck now finds its way to John McLeod to Doyle Summerby, left D side. Throws it out in front. Fighting for the puck. A lot of bodies falling down. No one's been able to get control of it. Shabbat finds his way behind the net all by himself. Griffin Luce still looking shaken up on the play. Saccone now able to get some time in a room and skate it up the ice for the Wolverines. Gets it to James Sanchez, who tips it down low for the Wolverines in Terrier territory. Calderon now with Sanchez fighting for the puck behind the net, but it's going to find its way to Bobo Carpenter, who clears it up in front of the Michigan bench. James Sanchez collects it, circles around center ice. Sanchez now to Nolan DeYoung, who gains the left wing side in the zone. Pass in front to Alex Kyle. Great save by Ottinger. Puck's loose. Oh, and a great clear by Bobo Carpenter. Ottinger had no idea where the puck was. Wolverines have to recollect in their own zone, inches away from taking the lead in this game. Puck's now going to Max Short, who's going to gain the Terrier zone. Left corner side, trying to throw it out in front. He can't get it. Puck deflected. Find its way to Winberger, can't handle it. Alex Kyle now getting on the right wing side, circles around the hash marks. Kyle dancing around with the puck, loses his footing, gets back up, still has the puck, fires on net. Glove save, Ottinger. Wow.
Wow, that was close.
Inches away from the Wolverines. Ottinger looked like he made a spectacular save on Alex Kyle. Lost the puck in his pads, trickled back out in front of the net. Bobo Carpenter, Johnny on the spot, able to clear it. Wolverines now a little offense for him. 3 shots in the last 2 minutes.
Couple odd man rushes there, a couple great shots. Kyle there looked like he was getting a lot done, moving all the way around the zone there. Great save in the end by Ottinger. Hard shot on that screen play.
Face off now left wing side in Boston zone. Jake Slaker and Jakob Forsbacka Carlson on the draw. And someone's getting kicked out. It's Forsbacka Carlson this time. Jordan Greenway.
Nuzzles his head against Slaker and is kicked
intimate.
out.
Slaker now going to win the puck back to Lockwood on the left wing side. Lockwood now dancing around Chad Chris. Gets pinned up against the boards in the corner, trying to fight for position on the puck and get it to Jake Slaker. Loses the puck. Charlie McAvoy now back up the other way for the Terriers. Gets it to Harper. Harper right wing side. Gets it to McAvoy, who gains Wolverine zone. Pass in front to Forsbacka Carlson. Couldn't handle it. Puck now. McAvoy's able to win the puck back. Get it to Forsbacka Carlson on the right wing side for the Terriers this time. Passes. Try to get in front to McAvoy. Sam Piazza with a block shot. Penalty coming up to the Wolverines. As they'll touch the puck right here. We'll see what the call is. Wolverine.
Slaker for roughing, I think.
Slaker for roughing is what Wedge is saying.
Slaker is not happy about the call.
Slaker incredulous with the referees right now. 7:22 in the second. Wolverines going to go on the penalty kill. They're 2 for 2 so far. Final call is Slaker on the hook. Seeing that first round talent of Charlie McAvoy, able to carry it end to end, jump in the rush. Good reason why Bruins fans have a lot to be happy about with him from years to come. Face off now left-hand side of LaFontaine. Puck's going to find its way back to the Terriers' defense. They're going to circle down low. Hickey times it to Curry in the slot. Save LaFontaine. Hickey now trying to get it down low where Sacconi's going to get it. Fighting with Kiefer Bellows along the wing. Get it to Chad Chris at the point. Chris now tries to get it back to Bellows, who can't hold on to it. DeYoung will get it in his own corner. Tries to clear it, but Chad Chris is able to knock it back in to Kiefer Bellows. Bellows now back to Chris, right D side, walking it over to the middle. A shot, pad save by LaFontaine. Gets it now left side to Hickey. Hickey trying to tee it up to Chris, just missed him. Chris trying to get it down low. James Sanchez is going to find it and ice it all the way back down for the Wolverines. 1:20 left in the power play as Ottinger is going to collect it behind his own net and give it to Brandon Hickey. Chad Chris now gets it behind his own net. Fires it up, looking for Bobo Carpenter. Bobo Carpenter can't corral it. Max Short's coming back the other way for the Wolverines. Short now, looking for anybody to pass to, realizes he's got no one and throws it behind the Terrier net. Brandon Hickey now collects it behind Ottinger. Settling down the Terriers' offense, trying to come back the other way. 56 seconds left on the Terrier power play. Hickey now skates it up center ice, gets it left wing side to Chad Chris, who gains the zone. Greenway now throws it cross corner dump, where Terriers will give chase to it. It's Harper. Harper has the puck, gets it down low, looking for Forsbacka Carlson, can't get it, and the Wolverines are able to clear it to center ice where Fabro collected. Fabro now to Charlie McAvoy. McAvoy left wing side gains the zone, gives it to Jordan Greenway. Greenway right by the circle, Forsbacka Carlson and him cycling. McAvoy now lefty side walking. Cross ice to Harper on the right wing side, looking for anything. Passes it. Deflection. Missed the tape-to-tape pass to Forsbacka Carlson in the slot, and the puck's going all the way back down the ice. Ottinger collects it for Charlie McAvoy. McAvoy now skating back up the ice. Passes it to Harper, who's going to go on the left wing side and gain the zone and give it back to Greenway. Greenway back to McAvoy. He's got time and space in the zone. Shot. Missed the net just wide. Didn't look like LaFontaine could see it. Greenway now collecting it behind his own net. Behind LaFontaine. Wolverines are full strength. Hooking call, tripping call coming up to Jordan Greenway here. Wolverines going to go on the power play.
Quick like that, gets the momentum of a penalty kill, and right there on the power play.
Wolverines' penalty kill has been absolutely fantastic in this 2-game set with the Terriers. Able to kill off another one. Let's see if their power play can figure out their momentum that they had yesterday and carry it into today.
Yeah, fantastic power play last night, taking you back to 2 goals on the power play. 20 seconds total in the 2 power plays those 2 goals had been on.
5:13 left in the second period. Yost Ice Arena, WCBN Live. Danny Ryan, Willie the Wedge Benjamin. Face-off now coming on the right wing side. It's going to be Jake Slaker on the draw for the Wolverines and Bobo Carpenter for the Terriers. Jake Slaker loses the draw to Carpenter. Gets it on to John McLeod behind his net. He's able to ice the puck all the way back down the ice, where LaFontaine's going to collect it behind his own net. LaFontaine now trying to get to Kyle, but ends up finding its way to Will Lockwood instead. Lockwood sends it back down low to Sam Piazza, who will regroup behind LaFontaine. Piazza now taking his time to set up, waiting for his move. He'll make as he skates up. Out of the Michigan zone, flips it back to Alex Kyle, and over to Will Lockwood in front of the benches. Will Lockwood gains the Terrier zone, but loses the puck to Roberto. Roberto trying to get it out, just can't. Now he finally does get it by Adam Winborg. Sam Piazza now collects it and gives it to Alex Kyle on the left wing side. Kyle skates through center ice, gains the Terrier zone, gives it over to Winborg on the right side. Back to Kyle down low. Kyle now cycling back up front to Sam Piazza at the top of the key. To Alex Kyle on the right wing side. Sam Piazza at the top of the key, looking for a shot. Glove save by Ottinger. Hard to get a shot through traffic there, but Ottinger able to keep his eyes on the puck for a big save.
Great save there. Michigan's done a great job of screening Ottinger the last 2 days, especially on Michigan's power play. Ottinger gets his eyes around, sees the puck, and makes a big save. More importantly, after the save, is able to cover up the rebound so Michigan can't get anything done.
Adam Winborg was inches away from getting some wood on that puck and maybe tip it in. Face off now, left wing side. It's going to be Jake Slaker again against Forsbacka Carlson. Forsbacka Carlson wins the draw back to Hickey, who ices it all the way back around the puck, around the ice, and Forsbacka Carlson's able to carry it in the Wolverine zone. Forsbacka Carlson trying to corral a bouncing puck, and he can't. Slaker now sends it to Kyle, who's going to try and collect it behind his own net, but loses it to Forsbacka Carlson again, who's able to hold it against the boards and kill some more clock for the Terriers. 43 seconds left in the power play. Puck now on the right wing side. Bobo Carpenter sends it back out to center ice, where Dante Fabro's going to get it and send it back into the Wolverine zone. LaFontaine collects it behind his own net. Sam Piazza there to meet him. Piazza now taking time to give the Wolverines to change and starts his rush up the other way. Piazza now to Dexter Danks. Danks now trying to gain the Terrier zone. He's able to. Passes in front to Slaker. Shot blocked. Warren now with the chance. Shot blocked again by the Terriers. Gets it to Dexter Danks. Gets great pad save there by Ottinger. McAvoy up the other way at center ice. Gets it to Harper. Gains the Michigan zone and elects to dump it in for a change. Terriers just kill off the penalty kill. Greenway back on the ice. Sam Piazza now behind the net for the Wolverines. 3:08 left in the second period. Piazza taking his time, letting his men change. Now he gets it to Dexter Danks in front of the hashes. And gives it to Nolan DeYoung, who's able to carry it into the Terriers zone on the left wing side. Now the puck finds its way behind Ottinger. Summerby collects it, trying to clear it out. Gets it to Kiefer Bellows, who muscles it past Luke Martin. Luke Martin now with the puck in the right-hand side. Gets it in front of the benches to Tony Calderon. Tony Calderon now skating, gets it to Dexter Danks, who joins in. Danks trying to dip his way into the slot, gets upended. Shabbat coming back the other way, gets it to Roberto. Roberto in the Michigan zone, tries to get Shabbat in front of the net, just can't get there. Calderon, right wing side, collecting it. Trying to get it up to Dexter Danks, who's met with Doyle Summerby. Puck bouncing around now to Dante Fabro and then Gabriel Shabbat. Shabbat now throws it to center ice, where Roberto's going to get it and gain the Michigan zone on the right wing side. Roberto now waiting for more enforcements, throws it all the way around to Bobo Carpenter on the left wing side. Carpenter and Harper fighting for it, but they lose it to James Sanchez, who gets it up to Stephen Merle. Stephen Merle now trying to carry it into the Terrier zone, loses the puck. Forsbacka Carlson now back the other way. Gives it to Bobo Carpenter, who can't hold on to it. Luke Martin in the Michigan zone, fighting in the corner. Trying to get the puck, tries to throw it to the other side to Stephen Merle. Stephen Merle beats the big body of Jordan Greenway, who gets it back to Brandon Hickey with the shot. Tip scores! No goal is the call. Big high stick there by Bobo Carpenter. Have to imagine that this goal's coming back.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a high stick there. From up here in the press box, it looked like Bobo Carpenter's stick definitely over the crossbar. Tips it in and then over LaFontaine. I don't know if the physics would work that way to allow you to do that with a normal
You're
tip.
the scientist, you tell me. Brandon Hickey's shot looked like it couldn't have gone farther over the net, so I don't know how Carpenter was able to deflect that into the net. No goals to call on the ice. They'll take a look at it really quick just to be sure. 1:44 in the first. Tie game as of now, but we'll see.
Yes, we will. Both teams opening up some more offensive chances recently. The Wolverines had some great chances on that power play. Andre standing strong. LaFontaine on the other end's made a lot of big saves. BU's getting fired up, though, and that offense is definitely rolling, especially when they're full strength.
BU out shooting the Wolverines this period, but the Wolverines, ever since that power play, have been able to keep momentum going. 20 shots for the Wolverines, 16 for the Terriers. Here we're waiting on the call. No goal is the call. Correct call. Wolverines live to see another day. 1-1 is still the score. Puck's faceoff's going to come outside of the zone as well in front of the Terriers bench. Forsbacka, Carlson, and Winborg on the draw. Excuse me, not Winborg. Jake Slaker now coming on the ice to take the draw for the Wolverines. Jake Slaker trying to fight for it. Ends up firing it all the way back down to Ottinger, who's going to play it for Chad Chris to collect it behind his own net. Lockwood giving chase to him. Fires it up to Harper now on the right wing side. Harper throws it out of the zone where Griffin Luce collects it in front of the penalty boxes. Gets it to Dexter Danks, who gets it down low into BU territory. Chad Chris collects it behind his own net. Lockwood now trying to give chase to him. Weird play right there. It looked like Jordan Greenway might have hooked Joseph Zacconi, but no call there. Puck now at center ice where Charlie McAvoy is going to carry it into the Wolverine zone. McAvoy now to Forsbacka, Carlson. Shot blocked. Another shot. Rebound chance saved by LaFontaine. Right wing side now. Wolverines trying to get it out to Will Lockwood. He's able to get it into the Terrier zone where Chad Chris collects it at the top of the circles. Chris now to Harper. Back to Chris, who's going to collect it behind his own net. 50 seconds left to play in the second period. Forsbacka, Carlson now. Flips it into the Michigan zone where LaFontaine collects it behind his own net. LaFontaine to Griffin Luce. Luce now left wing side to Adam Winborg trying to get out of the zone. Puck deflects all the way down into BU territory behind the goal line. Bobo Carpenter now collecting and able to get it out of the zone to Nicholas Boca in front of the Michigan bench. Offsides call. Boca threw it back into the zone. Winborg was still in the zone before the puck was. Offsides is the call.
30 seconds left here in the second period.
That's a fact.
Neutral zone face-off. Wolverines really got to make sure that they don't let
Wolverines
anything happen.
have not been hot on the draw today. Let's see if Winborg can win one. He doesn't. Carpenter wins it back to Dante Fabro in front of the penalty boxes. Fabro now trying to throw it up to anybody. Gets it to Roberto, who loses it to Max Short, who sends it into Ottinger. 20 seconds left to play in the second. Ottinger now throwing it to Brandon Hickey. Brandon Hickey up to Kiefer Bellows along the left wing side in BU zone. Fighting for the puck now. It's going to find its way out to Sam Piazza, who's just going to throw it back in to Ottinger behind the net. Dante Fabro collects it. 4 seconds left to play. Fabro now just trying to get it out of the zone to eat up some clock. He will do that as we are now 1-1 tie heading into the big third period. Wolverines started out slow in that second period, but able to pick up the momentum a little bit. But the BU is not going away. That is for sure.
That is definitely true. Michigan is going to need to really focus on getting back to that physical mentality they had in the first period, mucking up BU's defensive zone, holding the puck in their zone, and getting offensive scoring chances that way.
We'll see who emerges victorious in the third. We're going to take a quick intermission right here. WCBN Live at Yost Ice Arena.
No fight is more important than team. No touch is more important than team. Team. And if we think that way, all of us, everything that you do, you take into consideration what factors you have on my team. Think what a great thing it is to be a part of something like this. Team. A winner. A winner championship game. We're going to play with a team better than anybody else in this conference. We're going to play together as a team. We're going to believe in each other, we're going to criticize each other, we're going to talk about each other, we're going to encourage each other. We play as a team. The whole season is over. You and I know. It's called Michigan again. Michigan.
Michigan hockey fans, it's time for score. Presented by Meyer. 3 lucky contestants will each have 2 shots to score a goal. If they are successful, each will win a special prize courtesy of Meyer. Our first contestant is Kent from Newfield Township.
WCBN back taking on number 4 Boston University. Tied period. Let's see if the Wolverines can pull out a season sweep of the Terriers and carry this momentum for the rest of the season.
That would be a massive thing here. Wolverines struggled a little bit on that away trip they took. 2 big home wins versus a very, very good Boston University team would be massive for them moving on in the future of their season.
We mentioned this, a young Wolverines team kind of struggling to find their identity at the beginning of this year, missing the likes of JT Comfort, Tyler Mott, Kyle Connor. Who's going to step up for the Wolverines? And this is a good time to find out who the playmakers and the big guns are going to be for the rest of the year.
For me right now, it's looking like Lockwood and Slaker.
Lockwood.
They are all over the place. They are fired up. They are hitting. They are scoring. They are creating chances in the offensive zone and making sure to get back and stopping chances in the defensive zone.
Lockwood and Slaker make up 2/3 of the Wolverines' first line, and they've remained on that line basically the entire year. Just their winger's been cycling. Dexter Dank's doing a great job right now, adding a big physical presence on that left wing. Face-off coming out, Slaker and Forsbacka Carlson. Forsbacka Carlson wins another one back to Chad Chris in the BU zone. Chris now to Charlie McAvoy, who collects it on the right hash marks. Gets it up to Forsbacka Carlson, trying to clear it. Puck bounces and finds its way to Sam Piazza, who fires it over the Michigan benches. Forsbacka Carlson picks it up again and throws it behind LaFontaine. Nicholas Boca there able to corral it and is able to flick it out to center ice, where Charlie McAvoy will get it. Puck tipped, Will Lockwood's stick, looks on its way out. Looks like it's going to be high stick call. No penalty, but we'll have a stoppage in play. Referees will discuss it a little bit. Or a lot of it.
High stick call. If it's on Michigan, it should be in their end, but they are currently standing over near BU's end, so maybe they're picking the flag up on this one.
Picking the flag up.
It appears
Get a good look at Wedge's wonderful Minnesota accent. The flag there. No, that isn't how you actually pronounce it. Face off now, right outside the Michigan zone in front of the penalty boxes. Slaker wins it back to Saccone. To Piazza, who gets it to Nicholas Boca, who fires it all the way down back the ice. Icing call here on the Wolverines. Puck coming back in for a face-off in Wolverine territory.
Not much has happened thus far, only 30 seconds into the period. Not quite the hot start either team was looking for. We've had
both teams struggling
offsides-ish play and an icing. See if something gets sparked here.
Bobo Carpenter and Jake Slaker on the draw. Slaker wins it to Dexter Danks, who skates up the left wing side in front of the benches. Fires it down low so they can get a change. Andre now collects it. Will Lockwood almost was able to steal it away from him, but instead Bobo Carpenter's going to cycle it back around, get it out of the zone for the Terriers. Will Lockwood now collects it in front of his own bench. Finds its way to Joseph Saccone on the right wing side, who throws it back to the other side to Max Short. Short now throws it on Ottinger. Glove save, going to freeze it. Face-off coming on the left wing side in the Terrier zone.
A little bit of an offensive rush there by Michigan.
Able to catch our breath a few moments in this third period so far. Weren't able to do that in the first and second. It's a nice little gift for us this early. Face-off now left wing side. Winborg wins it back to Kyle with the shot blocked. Saccone now with the blast. Shot goes way wide, almost tipped in front of the net. Puck now bounces way to Kiefer Bellows, who's going to get the puck out for the Terriers, trying to go back the other way. Puck bounce around to Griffin Luce, who throws it in front of the Terriers bench. To Alex Kyle, who gains the Terrier zone. Kyle now trying to throw it in front. Puck deflected out in front. There's a skirmish in front. Short has it, trying to throw it. Puck still not covered. Ottinger finally able to get a glove on it.
Wow, fantastic save by Ottinger there. He's laying down on the ground after Dante Fabro tips the puck back into him. Big save. He's able to catch the puck, let it go to the rebound, but got a whistle that he needed. Big save there because Michigan had everything in the net to shoot at.
About 6 players in front of the net had no idea where the puck was except for Max Short, who threw it right into the chest of Jake Ottinger. Face-off now, left wing side, is Brendan Warren against Curry. 11 on 11. Warren now able to win it back to Tony Calderon. Calderon now gets it back. Shot from the point. Griffin Luce glove save. Ottinger.
Ottinger flashes the leather there on that shot from the point. Pretty easy save.
Flashy save there too.
Yeah, a little flashy.
Luce with the quick blast there. Calderon just kind of left it for him. Goes through a few bodies, but Ottinger able to keep his vision on the puck. Face-off now, left wing side once again. The first line for the Wolverines back out there. Jake Slaker on the draw. Slaker loses it to Forsbacka Carlson. Puck finds its way to Jordan Greenway, left wing side, gets it out of the Terrier zone. Greenway now trying to get down low to force back at Carlson, who gains the Michigan zone, tries to get a shot off on that. Great save, LaFontaine. Luce now gets it in his corner and fires it all the way out in front of the benches to get it out of the zone. John McLeod now carrying in his own zone to corral it. Behind his own net, looking for Harper on the wing, gives it to him. Harper leaves a drop pass for force back at Carlson, who skates around Nolan DeJong, is able to get it in to the Michigan zone, but loses it to Will Lockwood. Lockwood now to Nolan DeJong, to Dexter Danks in front of his own bench. Danks now throwing it down in Terrier zone where Jake Slaker gives chase to Chad Chris. Chris leaves it for McAvoy, right wing side. Skates it back up the ice, gives it to Jordan Greenway in front of the benches, who will dump it down low for a change. LaFontaine now collects it behind his own net, throws it all the way around. Max Short can't corral it. Nolan DeJong can. Nolan DeJong throws it to Shabbat at the point with a shot blocked. Another shot again. Pad save this time by LaFontaine. DeJong gets it in his own corner. DeJong now tries to throw it out, but Kelly's there to corral it and throws it back in where Charlie McAvoy is going to collect it in the right-hand corner. DeJong knocks it away from McAvoy. Tries to get it up to Short, who loses it. Turnaround shot by Shabbat, save LaFontaine. Lockwood now getting the puck, carries it out of the zone for the Wolverines. Loses the puck as Curry throws it cross ice to Kelly, who's got time and room, gains the Michigan zone. Kelly now trying to leave a drop pass, loses it. Max Short steals it. Winborg back now the other way. Carries it in the Terrier zone on the left wing side. Winborg now still with the puck. Bobo Carpenter giving chase. Carpenter now wins the puck, gets it up to Shabbat. Shabbat now taking his time, finds it to Chad Kelly at center ice. Not Chad Kelly, sorry, Sean Kelly, who throws it down in. Where Sam Piazza is able to get it to Nicholas Boca. Nicholas Boca now to James Sanchez in front of his own bench. Sanchez cross ice to Kyle, trying to find Brendan Warren, just misses his tape. Throws it down low. Warren gets it behind the net. Dante Fabro lost an edge. Warren now tries to throw it out in front. No one's there. Roberto is there, able to carry it in front of his own bench and getting down low into the Michigan zone. LaFontaine jumping out to play it. Gets it up to James Sanchez, who bobbles the puck and gets it out in front of his own bench to Brendan Warren. Warren now trying to get it into the Terrier zone, and he does. Puck, though, finds its way back to Forsbacka Carlson. Carlson now skating back up to Kiefer Bellows at center ice. Back to Forsbacka Carlson, who gains the Michigan zone on the right wing side. Carlson with a shot blocked by Griffin Luce. Puck bouncing around now. Stephen Merle and James Sanchez able to get it out. Terriers regroup in their own zone with Doyle Summerby. Gives it to Greenway. Greenway loses the puck to Joseph Ciccone, who flips it to Cutler Martin, who's going to ice it all the way back in down behind Ottinger. Now Doyle Summerby with the puck, trying to get it out. Gets it to Forsbacka Carlson. Forsbacka Carlson throws it down low. Loose now with Harper giving chase. Interference is going to be the call. Loose played Harper before he played the puck. Wolverines are going to go on the penalty kill right now in an interference call.
Maybe a bit of a soft call. Harper is 5'9", though, so Luce has a lot of size on him. It doesn't take much to knock someone that much smaller than you over. Big penalty kill coming up for Michigan. They looked fantastic on the earlier penalty kill. Late in the games like this, so much can come down to special teams. This is going to be a huge kill for Michigan and a huge power play opportunity for the Terriers.
Power play coming at 15:47 in the third period. 1-1 tie here. Face-off coming on the left-hand side of LaFontaine. Bobo Carpenter and Brendan Warren on the draw. Wolverines on the kill. Warren now wins it back, where Luke Martin tries to get it to James Sanchez, who can't ice the puck. Luke Martin then throws it to Brandon Hickey, the point, who gets it across to McAvoy, who's able to shoot it. Chris, who shoots it wide. Bobo Carpenter now collecting at the top of the circle. Carpenter cycling, looking for a pass. Finds Chris, gets it down low to Kiefer Bellows on the hash marks. Bellows now shows a shot that hits the side of the net. Able to re-corral it in the corner, pushed off the puck by Luke Martin. Brendan Warren now tries to get out. Chad Chris able to keep it in. Fires it to left wing side where Bobo Carpenter's going to get it. Fires it trying to get it to Curry in front of the net, not able to corral it. Hickey now at the top of the key with the puck. Gets it to Bobo Carpenter on the left wing. Throws it past cross ice to Bellows. Great block shot by Luke Martin. Hickey now at the puck left east side. Gets it to Bobo Carpenter down low. Carpenter waiting. Gets it back to Hickey. Hickey back to Carpenter. Carpenter trying to cycle back in. James Sanchez with the stick. Able to knock it away, and the puck's going to find its way to Bellows behind the net. Bellows now to right D side to Chad Chris. Chris back to Bellows. Circling around the top of the circle. Bellows shot right in the chest of Jack LaFontaine. 59 seconds left on the kill.
Big stop there by LaFontaine. Big whistle, too. Really important that when your team is out there for a minute, your penalty killers start getting tired. Big way to get a change there. Great play by LaFontaine.
Always want the fresh legs. Kiefer Bellows not afraid to shoot. We've seen it many times today. This one, fortunately, goes right into the chest of LaFontaine. Face off left-hand side of LaFontaine now. Sam Piazza now trying to get the puck out. He's able to. He gets it over to Max Short. Skates it up center ice and then throws it in on Ottinger. Ottinger, Max Short, hard forecheck. Ottinger forced to freeze the puck. 14:37 in the third period. Tie game here at Yost Ice Arena.
Great play there by Schuart. Get it in, get it on the goalie, and skate hard enough to get a freeze.
Winborg now in the draw on the right wing side for the Wolverines. Loses it to Forsbacka Carlson. Carlson gets it back to McAvoy, collects it behind his own net. He's going to skate it up himself. McAvoy now gets it to Harper. Harper now gains the Wolverine zone left wing side. Loses an edge, but able to corral the puck. Throws it all the way around the ice, where Winborg and Fabro meet along the boards trying to fight for it. Fabro wins, gets it to Forsbacka Carlson below the goal line. Forsbacka Carlson cycling around the net. Gets to the top left key to Charlie McAvoy. Charlie McAvoy, Dante Fabro at the top of the key. Fabro over lefty side to McAvoy. McAvoy back to Fabro. The two cycle and interchange. McAvoy now at the top of the key with the puck shot. Save LaFontaine. Good glove save. Two dangerous offensive defensemen for the Terriers. McAvoy and Fabro working back and forth looking for the shot. LaFontaine comes up with a glove save.
Both of those defensemen have a great shot, and BU also has Jordan Greenway, a huge body screening in front. LaFontaine gets around, gets his eyes on the puck, and makes a big glove save there.
17 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Wolverines. Face off left-hand side, Levine. Force back at Carlson, wins it back to Dante Fabro. We'll work it over to the right side. Gives it to McAvoy with a blast. Block shot by Will Lockwood. Puck bouncing around down the slot and goes on to the right wing side to Harper, who tries to throw it, gets deflected back to Nolan DeYoung, who ices all the way down the ice. Wolverines able to kill off the power play. 13:47 left. Griffin loose out of the box. Dante Fabro with the puck in his own zone. Fabro now trying to look for anybody, can't find it. Sacconi's going to intercept it, give it to Will Lockwood, who works it down low right wing side. Lockwood now cycling in the Wolverine zone. Whistle here, net came off. Looks like Dexter Danks had a little bit of a collision with Ottinger.
I don't even know if he hit Ottinger. I think he just went through the net.
Bold strategy by Dexter Danks there. Another whistle once again. Wolverines with 24 shots to the Terriers 20. As we notice that the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast delivery of the game, they're handing out sandwiches to the lovely student section.
The student section is happy. The children of Yost fired up.
Children of Yost has been electric this entire series so far.
Talk about the advantage that Michigan's student section gives Michigan's hockey team on the penalty kill, where whenever the puck is out of Michigan's zone, they whoop. And it's very strange, bizarre sound that would definitely get in the power play team's head trying to
definitely
make a move.
getting in the head of the Terriers. Packed house here today at Yost Ice Arena for this tie game in the third period. A lot of BU fans, but they're kind of hidden back in the corner, not able to get that much noise over the Children of Yost. Face off now in front of the Terriers bench. It's going to be Bobo Carpenter and Adam Winborg. Winborg out, able to win it back to Luke Martin. Luke Martin cross-ice to Joseph Stacconi, who gets it to center ice to Alex Kyle. Alex Kyle tried to clear it, but he whiffed on it. Kiefer Bellows picks it back up and skates in front of his own bench. Bellows now trying to get it down low. Gets it to Griffin Luce, who's going to go cross-ice to Alex Kyle. Get it to Max Short to gain the Terrier zone on the right wing side. Short now trying to make a play for the net. Doyle Summerby muscles him off the puck and finds it back up for the Terriers the other way. Pass to Shabbat. Just misses his tape. Icing call on the Terriers. Puck's going to come back on the left wing side.
Michigan had a nice little opportunity there, coming in on a 3-on-2, and Kyle just kind of whiffs on a shot there. Have to regroup, come back in. Michigan's look solid, though. I think they have some momentum going from that big
Definitely don't
kill.
look shaken in this third period. 13:07, left in the third. Face off now, fighting for the puck on the side of the board. Shabbat's able to get it in front of his own bench, but Brendan Warren's there, able to send it back in behind Ottinger, where McLeod will pick it up for the Terriers. McLeod now cutting in front of his own net, able to get it up to Kelly. Kelly now left wing side, gains the Michigan zone. Trying to get it down low, he's got Boca and Warren on him. Boca and Warren win the battle. Boca gets it up to Tony Calderon, who's going to skate it back up the other way. Gets it to Piazza, who skates over the center ice, takes a shot, deflected by Dante Fabro, over into the netting. Weak shot, nothing going there.
Face-off coming outside of the zone here because of the deflection. Or was it? No, never. Inside the zone because of the deflection.
Use your eyes, Wedge.
I know.
It's hard to explain to the viewers and listeners because Wedge has a huge colander blocking his view. Adam Winborg on the draw, left wing side in the Terrier zone. Winborg wins back to Kyle with a shot deflected. Short now behind the net, tries to fire one out in front. Puck bouncing around now. Nothing going. Max Short gets it back in the corner. Kyle now gets the puck. Shot, great save by Ottinger. Kiefer Bellows gets it and elects to flip it up down the ice to Roberto. Roberto gets it, fires it all the way around into the Michigan zone where Winborg's going to mean get upended by Bellows. Puck now bouncing to the behind the net where Roberto's going to get it. Roberto now harries it to the hash mark, cycles it back down low to Bobo Carpenter. Bobo Carpenter working in the left wing corner, cycling back out front. Carpenter now trying to throw it to anybody, but Nolan DeYoung able to get in and fire it back, but Carpenter's there again. Puck now bounces to Nolan DeYoung on the left wing side, trying to get out of the zone. He does to Luke Martin, who gains the red line and dumps it back down in, where Ottinger collects it behind his own net. Chad Chris now waiting behind his net. 1-1 game here at Yost Ice Arena in the third period. Chad Chris throws it to Charlie McAvoy, gets it to Kiefer Bellows at center ice. Bellows now gets it. Forsbacka Carlson down low where Harper and Saccone are going to meet in the corner. Harper wins the battle as he quickly loses it to Dexter Danks, who in return loses it to Greenway. Puck now goes back down the right wing corner where Harper's got it. Harper working behind the Michigan net, loses the puck. Dexter Danks now gets it to Will Lockwood, who loses it to Harper with a terrible pass. He sends it back down low to Forsbacka Carlson, working in the left wing corner. Griffin loose on him. Now Jordan Greenway has the puck with Jake Slaker giving chase to him, watching his holding there. Will Lockwood now trying to get it out. Chad Chris with a good pinch to keep it in for the Terriers. Jordan Greenway now using that big body to work in the left wing. He's holding Griffin Loose's stick. Lineman can't see it. Fires down front, shoot, scores! Charlie McAvoy! Great play by Jordan Greenway to muscle off the puck. Throws it to Charlie McAvoy in front of that. Taps it home. LaFontaine had no chance there.
McAvoy with the goal, but that play was all about Jordan Greenway. Gets the puck in the corner and just dominates with his physicality and his body size. Keeps loose off the puck. 3 Wolverine defenders come in to cover him. Leaves McAvoy wide open in the slot for an easy tap-in goal.
It's worth noting that Greenway was holding the stick of Griffin loose. Linesman didn't get to see it. Goal still stands. Worth noting, I mentioned before the game that Charlie McAvoy would be good for 1 goal. That's his first goal. Don't like to brag or anything, but that's true. Brendan Warren now on the draw for the Wolverines, loses the puck. Nicholas Boca, though, able to corral and throw it back into the Terrier zone. Right-hand corner now, Brendan Warren meets in the corner, trying to win it away from Doyle Summerby. He's going to lose the battle. Summerby gets it up to Shabbat, who throws it down the ice, tries to find Kelly. The puck's going to go all the way down out of his reach and behind LaFontaine. Now the Wolverines get the back up. James Sanchez now in front of his own bench, and Tony Calderon goes right wing side. Fires one on net on Ottinger. Gloves. Blocker save there. He's able to corral it. A few extracurriculars from James Sanchez and Curry in front of the net. 10:24 in the third period left. Wolverines down 1 to the Boston Terriers.
Michigan's got to make sure they get a spark on offense here. They need to take away any of that momentum BU got from that goal and really make sure they put the foot on the gas and get chances in on Ottinger. Ottinger's playing a great game. They're probably going to need a good shot to beat him. That's going to come with that physicality down low.
See if the Wolverines can get any players in front of the net to obstruct his vision. Face off now, right wing side. Wolverines lose it as Hickey's going to collect it in his own corner and try and get it out. Hickey now skates it out of the zone himself. Loses the puck now, but it's going to find its way to Bobo Carpenter, who's going to get it down low into Michigan territory. Sam Piazza now collecting by his own. It loses it to Roberto, who in turn loses it to Passajoff. Passajoff then loses again. Alex Kyle now, after a bouncing puck, finds it on the right wing side. Gets it out of the zone to Luke Martin, who's going to carry it into Terrier territory. Throws it in on Ottinger into his chest. We're going to have a stoppage of play and a face-off coming on the right wing side.
Don't know why he really went for the shot there. It gets them a change, but he had the speed to get in the zone and take a better one at that point. You're not going to beat Ottinger with a little dump in from the blue line right into his body.
Maybe just trying to get the face-off in the own zone. It was Cutler Martin, I apologize, not Luke Martin. Always tough when you have two players with the same name. Looks like they're going to keep him on the ice. We have a little TV timeout for you right here. Both teams going to draw up some plays. Red Berenson just looking to calm down his players right now. Both goaltenders have looked fantastic today, Wedge. I know that's always a huge key to the game for you, goaltending play. Tell me a little bit about how these two freshman goalies have been able to stand tall in net thus far against one very good offense for BU and an emerging offense with the Wolverines.
I think the key for both of them has been being able to see around the big bodies screening in front. They're getting a lot of great opportunities. A lot of great shots are coming in on the power plays and screening situations. LaFontaine's dealing with big Jordan Greenway, and Michigan likes to throw Slaker or Dexter Danks in front of the net a lot on their power play. Both of them have been great at getting their eyes around the bodies, making sure they're making big saves and covering up rebounds.
Boston University leading the Wolverines 2-1 right now. 9:57 left in the third period. Face off right wing side. Jake Slaker Forsbacka Carlson. Forsbacka Carlson wins another draw back to Chris. Chris throws it up the right wing side to Greenway, who tries to flick it out. Puck gets deflected, does find its way out to Luke Markin on the point. He throws it to Chad. Chris intercepts it at center ice. Chris now gaining the Michigan zone. Looking for a pass in center ice, but he can't get it. Dexter Danks steals it back the other way and gains the Terrier zone left wing side. Danks now circling behind that, shoots, scores! A seamlessly not difficult shot for Andre to save. Dexter Danks slips one under the pads. Tie game, Wolverines 2-2.
That's what they needed right there. Just throws a little soft one that somehow squeaks between Ottinger's legs. 2-2 game. We got a game here now. Michigan out shooting them. Michigan might have the momentum here after that goal.
Dinky little shot by Dexter Danks, who's going to pick up his first of the season. But you just said that Ottinger's going to save most of those easy ones. Guess it's not going to happen right here.
Definitely
we get
not.
Another look as we see us just trickle in short side. Face off now won by the Terriers. They're going to get it down low behind LaFontaine, where Luke Martin's going to have plenty of time to get it out. Luke Martin now leaves it for Nolan DeYoung, who gets it up to Max Short on the left wing side, gets it out of the zone to Winborg, who dumps it in down low. Alex Kyle now collects it in the right wing corner of the Terriers. Gets it to Winborg again down low, who's working on John McLeod. Winborg now still cycling with puck, throws it out in front to no one. Puck's deflected to Roberto. He's going to carry it out of the zone for the Terriers. Throws it to center ice, where Bobo Carpenter tries to corral it, can't get it, but now he does. Carpenter just decides to throw it back in for a change. Luce now gets it back up to Kyle at the hash marks of the Michigan zone, then to Winborg. Winborg back to Kyle. Kyle at center ice now gains the Terrier zone. Kyle with a blast. Shot blocked there by Dante Fabro. Shabbat now, right wing side, gets it down low and gives chase. Terriers will dump a chase in the Michigan zone. Max Short now able to get it, tries to get it out. Calderon gets the second effort to get it out of the zone as Fabro recollects it in front of Ottinger. Fabro now going back the other way, throws it cross ice to Kelly. Kelly can't corral it. Curry can. Curry gains the Michigan zone, but James Sanchez is able to steal the puck, circle behind his own net, and get it up the left wing side to Brendan Warren. Brendan Warren loses the puck there to Dante Fabro, but James Sanchez takes it right back. Griffin Luce now behind his own net, throws it to Brendan Warren now for the breakout on the left wing side. Warren now circling back in the center of the ice. At center ice, throws it behind Ottinger, but gives chase and able to beat Dante Fabro the puck in his own zone. Boca now with the pinch there, as there is an unsuccessful clearing attempt for the Terriers. Boca now gets it to Fabro behind the net, who's going to lose it to Brendan Warren, who gets it out to Tony Calderon. Calderon, great defensive play by Hickey there to get it to Shabbat. And the puck's coming back the other way for the Terriers, into Michigan zone. Sam Piazza now collecting it. Throws it down to Slaker, who just tips it back in to Terrier territory, where Chad Chris is going to collect it behind his own net. Chris now to the goal scorer, Charlie McAvoy, up to Forsbacka Carlson, right wing side, gains the Michigan zone. Forsbacka Carlson able to mosey around a few people, gets it in on net, rebound, scores, Jordan Greenway. Terriers once again, Forsbacka Carlson able to keep the puck, control it all the way into the zone, throws it out in front, rebound kick right to Jordan Greenway. Johnny on the spot, 3-2 Terriers.
Forsbacka Carlson with a great play there. Takes it all the way from the red line. He evades a hip check there that would have slowed him down. Gets in front. LaFontaine with an unbelievable initial save. Unfortunately, Michigan's defense collapsed in and Greenway was able to hit the rebound in.
Once again, Michigan leaving players open in the slot for the Terriers. 7:23 left in the third period. Terriers take the lead back by the big play of Jordan Greenway and Forsbacka Carlson. Face-off now, center ice, Winborg loses it to Bobo Carpenter. Carpenter wins it back to McLeod, who gives it to Sommerby. Sommerby now up in front of the penalty boxes to Kiefer Bellows, who gets it to Bobo Carpenter, who skates it in to the Michigan zone. Carpenter throws one on net, saved by LaFontaine, and the puck bounces its way out of the zone, where Sommerby is going to collect it right outside Michigan territory. A lot of board play right now as Winborg and Kyle try and steal it away from the big body of Sommerby. Sommerby wins it into the zone, where Luke Martin's going to throw it to Kyle, to Nolan DeYoung, who's going to carry it up center ice and gain the Terrier zone. Throws it to Winborg around the right wing side. Winborg now trying to find a centering pass that gets blocked. Puck goes back in the corner where Alex Kyle is going to cycle it. Tries to throw it out to Luke Martin at the point, but Kiefer Bellows is going to steal it away and dump it in to Michigan territory for a Terrier change. Luke Martin now behind his own goal, gets the puck to Nolan DeYoung. Nolan DeYoung skating up the left wing side looking for a breakout. Throws it to Brendan Warren. Brendan Warren then loses the puck, and the puck finds its way back to DeYoung, who gets it to Luke Martin, Throws it back into Brendan Warren, center ice, who gets it down low. Tony Calderon now on Hickey, trying to get the puck in the corner. Loses the battle as Curry's coming back the other way, 3-on-2 for the Terriers. Left wing side, Curry skating it in. Great deflection by Joseph Zacconi, but Curry wins the puck back. Shoots it on LaFontaine. LaFontaine able to save it. Calderon gets it out of the house. Calderon gets it to Zacconi behind his own net to Griffin Luce. Griffin Luce now loses the puck. Forced back at Carlson, getting it for the Terriers. Now to Jordan Greenway, who tries an off-angle shot that's got nothing. LaFontaine saves it, and now Tony Calderon back the other way. He's going to send it back in to the Terrier zone. 3-2 Boston University. 5:43 left in the third period. Terriers now back up the other way. Forced back at Carlson once again up the right wing side around Piazza. Tries to center a pass to Greenway into his glove. Greenway now gets it, tries to throw it out in front to Harper. Harper elects not to shoot and sends it back to McAvoy at the point. McAvoy cross ice to Chris, lefty side. Chris gets it down low to Jordan Greenway, who gets it to Harper behind his own net. Harper now back to Greenway. Greenway cycling, looking for anything. Cross ice to Chris. Chris with the shot. Saved by Lockwood. Rebound chance. Nothing there for Forsback at Carlson, as Harper's going to get it behind LaFontaine. McAvoy now gets it right D side, trying to throw something in front, but it's deflected back to the other defensive side of Chad Chris. Chris now gets it down low to Greenway, working behind LaFontaine. Greenway now to Bobo Carpenter, right wing side. Carpenter with a shot, tip, scores by Harper. Patrick Harper with an unbelievable tip goal. 4-2 Terriers running away with it at this point. 4:47 left in the third period.
Michigan really ineffective at getting the puck out of their defensive zone there. BU able to take a shot from the point that wouldn't look that dangerous, except Harper gets a great tip on it right around the hash marks, puts it in the slot. LaFontaine has no chance at that one.
Bobo Carpenter threw it from the point. Patrick Harper, the freshman, the leading goal scorer right now for the Terriers, is able to tip it into the top corner. Looks like they'll take a look at it right now to see if there was a high stick. Doesn't look like there was one. If it stands, 4-2 Terriers.
Really not what Michigan needed there. Now they got little under 5 minutes to come back from down 2.
Harper tipped that one from past the hash marks. Goal's going to end up standing 4-2, 4:47 left to play in the third. Let's see if the Wolverines can rebound and get something going. Still out shooting the Terriers, 29-26. Winborg wins the draw back to Luke Martin at the DN. Martin now skates across the red line, does a cross-corner dump where Max Short's going to have to chase against John McLeod. Short wins the battle there and throws it across the ice to Kyle, passing the other corner to Luke Martin at the right D. Luke Martin now throwing it on net. Pass deflected back into the corner, where there's going to be a scrum in the corner. Right corner, Alex Kyle emerges victorious, trying to work his way back out in front, muscle up the puck. Kiefer Bellows now back the other way across the red line into Michigan territory. Bellows loses the puck, trying to do a toe drag shot. Nolan DeYoung's going to get it in his own zone. Loses the puck, trying to get it to Winborg. Bellows going to corral and throw it cross ice to Curry. Curry leaves it for Dante Fabro, throws it on net. Another tip shot. LaFontaine able to corral this one. The point shot's the most dangerous shot in the game, Wedge. Being able to find their way on to the net of Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's really good. The Michigan defensemen need to work on stepping up and taking away the ability of these forwards to tip. They're not trying to tip from in close, which makes the shot even deadlier if they get a good tip off. They really got to watch for that.
Face off now left-hand side of LaFontaine. Griffin Luce is going to be able to ice it down. Fabro touched it, so there's no icing call. Hickey now collects it behind Ottinger. Hickey now standing behind Ottinger, trying to look for something to clear. He finds Shabbat on the right wing side. He throws it up to center ice to find Kelly. Kelly tips it down low and will give chase in the right wing corner. Sacconi with a great defensive play to knock it off Kelly as Brendan Warren gets it to Griffin Luce, and the Wolverines start their clear up the other way. Luce now with a careless pass, and the puck's going back the other way. Shabbat now under the Michigan goal line with the puck. He's got no one as the Terriers elect to change. He'll just pull up against the boards as Sacconi muscles the puck off to him and gets it to Griffin Luce. Griffin Luce coughs the puck up again as Jordan Greenway tries to fire in front of the net. Brendan Warren there, but Brendan Warren with a slash on Greenway. Broke the stick of him. Easy call there for the officials. Michigan going to go on the penalty kill.
Really not what Michigan needs at all. Weak play there by Brendan Warren to take it in and just slash. Greenway didn't really have much to do. He's taking the puck down in the corner. Maybe that's some of the frustration from some of the younger guys on Michigan mounting after they out-shooting BU and outplaying them a lot of this game, but are down 4-2.
4-2 is the score right now. Boston University leading, 3:30 left in the third. Face-off now Left-hand side of LaFontaine, Slaker, and Forsbacka Carlson on the draw. Forsbacka Carlson wins it back to Harper, gets it to Charlie McAvoy at the point. Cross to Fabro with a shot that just goes wide. Harper now collects it on the right wing side. Harper now skating with the puck, looking for anything. Gets to Jordan Greenway down low, is going to make his point. Over to Fabro, shot blocked by Sam Piazza. Harper now picks up the deflected puck, trying to get it to Charlie McAvoy at the point. He does, but the puck is deflected back into the Michigan bench.
Piazza's block shot there saved a goal. LaFontaine wasn't able to get over. Some quick passing in front of the net. Greenway got the puck on the front corner with Fontaine, was able to throw it backside to Fabro. Took a shot, huge block by Piazza to keep the Wolverines.
For a goalie who's given up 4 goals, LaFontaine's played very strong today. Those cross-ice passes have been hurting him. Face-off now wins it back to Chris. Chris now at the point, gets it down to Bellows. Bellows now with the left-hand side, loses the puck to Luke Martin. Luke Martin gives it up to Jake Slaker, who's going to carry it the other way and gain the Terrier zone. Trying to get it down low. Puck deflected, though, by Chad Chris. Back into the corner. Chris now leaves it for Curry, who's going to start up the rush the other way. Curry now back to Chris. Chad Chris now trying to carry it back up the ice. Loses the puck to Luke Martin, who loses it to Kiefer Bellows, who gains the Michigan zone. Bellows now left wing side, circling around the net, looking for anything. Tries a wrap around. LaFontaine's there. Max Short trying to ice it. Bellows keeps it in. Bellows looking for a shot here. Passes it over to Hickey. Hickey with a shot too high. Great move there by Kiefer Bellows. Curry now with the puck. Circling it down low, gets it to McAvoy at the point. There's the puck stolen from Max Short, coming down now on the breakaway. Short now on the breakaway for the Wolverines. Shoot, saved by Ottinger. Terriers coming back now the other way. Great chance by Max Short. Curry gains zone for the Terriers and throws it back into the corner. Curry now back to Forsbacka Carlson across the ice. Carlson waiting, gets it to Dante Fabro at the point. Fabro to Charlie McAvoy at the top of the key. Fabro to McAvoy to Harper. Harper now right wing side looking to get a pass. He decides to shoot, pass, rebound, save 2. Puck is cleared, 22 seconds left on the power play. 1 penalty kill for the Wolverines, 1:50 left on the game clock, 4-2 Terriers. McAvoy collects the puck behind his own net, looking to start an outlet. He finds one in Harper, who carries it up the ice. Harper now left wing side, loses the puck, but Greenway's there to corral it and gets it at center ice. Throws it to Dante Fabro, gains the Michigan zone on the right wing side. Fabro now gets it down low to Jordan Greenway behind the net. Greenway back up to Fabro on the right D side. Fabro now throws it on net. Pad save by LaFontaine. Puck now finds its way to Greenwood again behind the net. Greenway working on Griffin loose. Big body of Greenway trying to muscle it up. Puck is out of the zone now. Wolverines at full strength, 1:10 left to play. Let's see if they get anything going and pull LaFontaine. McAvoy now trying to get the puck out of the zone for the Terriers. He's able to as it goes back at Carlson. Over center ice and on the left wing side into the Michigan zone. 1 minute left to play. Puck now for Sommerby. He throws it down low where Chad Kelly's going to collect it in the right wing corner. Kelly losing, muscled off the puck, but Roberto's there to help him out. Roberto and Luce fighting for the puck now, and the puck's going to find its way all the way to Alex Kyle on the opposite wing side. Kyle now able to get it out, but not too far, and the puck's going to find its way back to Griffin Luce, who just flicks it up down the ice where Doyle Sommerby's going to catch it in his own zone and get it back up to Shabbat. Shabbat finds Kelly, who's going to ice it back down the ice where LaFontaine's going to collect it. 26 seconds left in the game. Wolverines down 2. Looking for anything going right now. Dexter Danks now trying to skate the puck up the ice himself. Gives it to Nicholas Boca. Dexter Danks now gains the zone. Can't hold on to the puck. He's going to lose it. LaFontaine was trying to go, but he's not able to. Puck now finds its way to Carpenter at the top of the ice for Lord. Shot on LaFontaine. Great save. 5 seconds left as Wolverines look like they're going to have a tough defeat here to a hard-fought game against a BU team. 4-2 is the final call. Hard-fought game for the Wolverines, 30 shots, but the 34 shots of the Terriers were just too much as Boston emerges victorious. 1-1 is the series for the season. Wedge, what did you see from the Wolverines and the Terriers that produced this outcome?
I think that the Wolverines started off really strong. They got a couple goals early, which was big for them. Unfortunately, they were leaving the passing lanes open way too much, and BU was able to take advantage of some penalties late, and then also just take advantage of some solid cycling through the zone, which ended up in them winning.
Yes, definitely a hard-fought game, but the skill of this very talented Boston University team emerged victorious in the end. Well, this is all we have from WCBN, live from Yost Ice Arena. I'm Danny Ryan alongside Willie the Wedge Benjamin. Wolverines lose 4-2 to Boston University. We'll see you next time.